previous video, I talked about Ada Lovelace being the first computer programmer and how she made a computer algorithm for the analytical engine. While her contributions were very important, her algorithm wasn't exactly what most people would consider a computer program. So for this video, I'm going to talk about one of the first programming languages that fits the usual image of coding. It is known as assembly. Assembly language was developed in 1947 by Kathleen Booth, another female mathematician who made heavy contributions to the field of computer programming. It was first implemented into the Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator, or EDSAC, which was used to calculate differential equations, and it also discovered a 79-digit prime number, which was the largest at the time. Assembly language is what you would call a low-level programming language, or in other words, a programming language that is very similar to the computer's processing instructions. The most popular programming languages, like Java and Python, are high-level programming languages as they have code that is more understandable to humans. Because of this, computers take more time to translate them to machine code that they can understand. But since assembly language is low-level, it translates the assembly code into machine code very fast. One key part of assembly language is the assembler. This software was special to assembly language as it converted its code into machine code. You might be thinking, what does machine code look like? Well, it looks like this. Believe it or not, this was actually how people from back then coded. Imagine having to code with millions of ones and zeros. Yikes. Anyways, that's why assembly language and thus the assembler was made. For those familiar with high-level programming languages, you could also think of the assembler as a primitive compiler. A compiler is a computer program that translates computer code written in one programming language into another programming language. The first language is called the source language, and the code is called the source code. The second language is called the target, and can usually be understood by computers. However, the only difference would be that compilers are used for high-level programming languages. To give you an idea of how assembly language works, I'll show you how you would add two integers. For this example, I do 2 plus 2. In any programming language, you would simply do 2 plus 2. Pretty easy, right? Not in assembly, it isn't. Here's what you would do. The EAX is a 32-bit general-purpose register that is used for temporary data storage and memory access. What the first line does is move 2 with the keyword MOV to the EAX register where the 2 is stored. Then it moves on to the next line where you add another 2 to the EAX with the keyword add. Obviously, this is one of the simpler programs, but I think you can imagine just how crazy these things get. Assembly might be kinda old and a little annoying to code in, but no one can deny its impact on the coding world. It was able to simplify coding for computer scientists at the time, which was revolutionary and influenced the programming languages to come.